So what we're doing today, my friend, is
I noticed we're in Baradin's vault, where Ritlock went to the mists and became a Revenant.
That's right, back to my heritage, where I was born.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you knew this about Revenant lore. When Ritlock became a Revenant, all other Revenants were then born out of his butt. Like they
out of
spawned,
his butt? Really?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
spawned out of his butthole.
I don't remember the devs clarifying that. That's interesting.
No, that's how it worked. Because the magic was all stored up inside his bowels, and kind of like Sylvari coming off of the pale tree. They they grew in little pods inside of his large intestine, and came out one by one.
So that's the lore that's missing when you're at character creation and you choose a rev that people have been asking for.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right. So anyway, on to the build.
Is that what the build's themed around? Is it?
Yeah, complete ass.
I like it. So so how confident are you that this build is good?
Oh boy, let me tell you. Remember the good old days of Bootstrap builds where they were bad builds, like really bad builds,
but have humble spirits and strong, fun ideas behind them. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I thought that was every episode.
No, they started to get too good, I started to be a try-hard Bootstrap builder.
Okay.
But now with this build, I'm harkening back to the good old days of just the worst build that doesn't work ever.
Well, I'm curious what you've got for us then. I am.
Okay, quick editor's note here, guys. When I did this recording with WP, I had very low confidence in the viability of this build, but I've been playing with it a bit, making some tweaks to it since I recorded this with him, and the footage is from after I recorded with him. And in World vs. World, I made some tweaks for it, and then in PvP, I made some tweaks for it again. So I'll put in the description the different builds there are. So World vs. World, PvP, and the one you see here in this video are all different, and not terrible, not as bad as I make it out to be in this video, although it's still kind of out there. All right, proceed. So,
because I can't help but notice you're a Rev. Now the recent patch buffed Condi Rev.
Yeah,
but I believe you're Jarlis and Ventari.
Yeah, the Jarlis doesn't really matter. That could be whatever you want it to be. It's the Ventari Rev again. Ventari Rev is my little friend. I love Ventari Rev. I use it for a lot of things, and I use it for this because they made a change to a certain skill on Ventari that made it pretty interesting.
Did you tweet about... No, I think you vaguely mentioned this to me a while back.
I might have vaguely mentioned this to you. I was kind of excited about it like a month ago, and then I tested it, and it didn't really... it didn't really
like how you want it is?
It didn't like blow me away as much as I hoped it would, or blow other people away.
Well, you're selling it hard. You're selling it hard right now.
But it is fun to use because it's just so silly. It's just the silliest thing in the world, and I wanted to show you how silly it is. Are you ready?
All right. So what am I in store for here?
We are going to be talking about the new iteration of Energy Expulsion, the elite skill on Ventari tablet.
So this skill, Blow, is the one that destroys the tablet.
Yeah.
Which does what exactly? It puts shards around on the ground, right?
Yeah, it puts a little shards around on the ground, but it destroys the tablet, does a big blowback on everybody around it.
Mm-hmm.
But it used to cost 50 energy,
and now it's just like 10, but it removes all your energy.
All of your energy, yeah. So it costs 10, and then removes a condition from you and your allies around you for each 10 energy that you use to cast it.
So it's a little bit weird. It reminds me of some GW1 skills that did that. Essentially, the devs are saying, we don't want this to kind of to use, but we don't want you to have any energy after using it.
Exactly.
Right? Which is kind of
they want you to like use it and then swap to another legend to get your 50 energy back, and then do it. Yeah, it's your elite skills generally with your Revenant legends seem to be the thing you use before swapping to your other legend.
I wonder if all the elites should kind of be like that, so that they're your grand finale before leaving, instead of like you deplete all your energy on other stuff first and then you're kind of screwed out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, obviously, like the Malik's Revenant, the Malik's Legend is not like that at all.
It's more of a passive. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but yeah, it seems like that's what the other ones tend to be like. So that's what they intend for it. But I decided not to play it that way. I decided to stick inventory and see what you could do with...
If you spam it?
If you spam it.
Oh my god, okay.
So I built around spamming energy expulsion. And would you like to see how it turns out?
I'm ready.
Traits time.
I've got my turrets up, I'm good to go.
So, number 1. We are going Salvation because it's a Ventari tablet. And Salvation is all about Ventari stuff.
So this is a healing build?
This is a healing build. I'm currently using... let's actually go into that right now. Let's do that first, yeah. I'm currently using my good old-fashioned Apothecary's armor. So toughness, condition damage, healing power.
I like me some Apothecaries. Okay.
And I'm using Balthazar runes because it's going to have some fire to this build. And a little more condition damage. That's nice. But everything else is basically Apothecary. I got some Malice and Smoldering Sigils. But I've recently also tried out, instead of... I replaced my armor with Nomad's armor. Because why not?
Oh god, boots! What is this?
And put Melandru's runes on them. Because that reduces incoming condition damage and stun duration by 25%.
You got a real thing for hybridizing on your build. This is like the one common theme.
I enjoy the Apothecary more than the Nomad's version, because the Nomad's version is kind of boring. Apothecary is a lot more fun. So okay. Traits. Salvation. The important thing for this is the Grandmaster. Create energy fragments around Ventari tablets when using legendary Centaur stand skills. So you know how when you explode it, you get 5 fragments?
Yeah, the trait gives you more?
Well, it gives you more. It gives you an additional 1, and then when you summon it, you get an additional 1. If you use this heal skill beforehand, you get an additional 1. So basically, you're getting like far too many fragments on the ground.
Is there such a thing?
Just way too many fragments. Right now there's 9 fragments on the ground.
Is there a cap to the amount you can get? I thought just spamming it always replaced the old ones.
No, the old ones just go away after 5 seconds. So there's no cap, but they'll go away.
That's interesting. Oh, that's cool. I prefer that. That's nice.
Yeah, you could have 2 at a time. The good thing about these fragments actually is that they only get consumed when somebody goes over them that needs the healing.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing to have. It's better than just like you pick them up accidentally when you shouldn't.
You know what you're getting me excited about? The idea of running this alongside like an NG that's dropping supply crates and like uses, you know, these, and just have 1 billion like pickups in the area. Just a huge number of pickups.
That's the dream.
Yeah, right? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, so anyway, let's continue with the traits. I got distracted. For the master trait, right now I have eluding, nullification, dodge, rolling, removes a condition from nearby allies. It's okay. Also, Tranquil Benediction is what I might use if I had the staff and I was using Nomad's gear instead.
Okay. Could you describe to me what Tranquil Benediction does?
Well, Tranquil Benediction, it gives you regeneration and swiftness on your... can't even see where I am right now.
We got a boss here, by the way, so you get to show off the power of the build.
Oh, nice. Okay, regeneration and swiftness on the orbs that are dropped by the staff. But the staff orbs are pretty lame, so I haven't been running it really. Okay. Okay, so next. Then I have Blinding Truths for my minor skill. Blind nearby foes when using a healing skill.
Oh, okay. And this counts as a healing skill?
The elite does not count as a healing skill, but the healing skill counts as a healing skill.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Corruption.
Right. This is to tap into the apothecary part of the gear and nothing else?
That's right. So corruption, minor, you go venom enhancement. When you apply torment, apply poison as well. You're going to be applying lots of torment, and it increases the duration of poison by 50%. You're going to need that. Next, spontaneous destruction. Use banish enchantments when striking a foe that has boons equal or greater than the threshold. Okay. This is going to be important because you want to make sure people don't have stability when you're using your energy expulsion.
Okay, so you saying that immediately shifts this from not. This isn't an open world PvE funsies. This is.
You can use it in open world PvE funsies. If you do that, you might want to switch off to like Abyssal Chill or something.
Are you climbing to Platinum 3 with this? Are you taking it into World versus World?
You are doing whatever the heck you want with this.
Straight to Legendary, baby. Let's do it.
No matter what you do, you're not going to be effective, so you might as well just have fun.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then finally, the thing that actually synergizes a little bit with this is Diabolic Inferno, the Grandmaster. 8-second cooldown, burn nearby foes when using a lead skill.
Right, which will help you even if you're not touching the Malik's Legend.
Yeah, exactly. So every second time, if you're really spamming energy expulsion, it's basically every second time you use energy expulsion, you do a nice chunk of burning damage, and you ignore blind effect when you use it. So for the
nice.
burning, yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Now, last but not least, for the last trait line, I've been flitting back and forth between 3 different ones. For the more PvP world versus world minded people, you might want to go Devastation, because you might be running in a big group of people with your tablet, putting it in a big group of people, and then using your Grandmaster Dismantle Fortifications, skills that disable foes, remove an additional stack of stability. So if you're spamming energy expulsion
that's like a lot, actually, because you could just directly strip, or you can double strip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's really nice.
So you're spamming energy expulsion, you're stripping with your banish enchantments, and at a long distance, I think it's, 1,500 distance you could do with the...
Well, you can't cast the tablet that far, but you can...
No, 1,200.
You can leave it, though, and then still trigger it from further away.
So you put it in the middle of another Zerg or whatever if you're doing World versus World. If you're in PvP with this build for whatever reason,
Actually, yeah, how does that work on nodes in PvP? Can you quite clearly just... Is this like having a tornado on the node, essentially?
Just put it down right in the center of the node and... keep on spamming that.
Just stay off the node and just spam. I'm actually interested in that.
Yeah, so it removes 2 stacks of stability and maybe even steals the boons, or removes the boons altogether. You might want to even, like, instead of using smoldering sigils, if you don't care about damage, put on some boon removal sigils as well.
Man, comboing that with like a Mesmer who drops a friendly null field for you or something would be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just imagine having a whole team of revs doing this. It'd be like just torture. Bunker Wars 2, right?
It would be torture.
You just spat all 5 tablets, just like constantly pulsing people off the node. That'd be hilarious. I'd love to see that. I would love to see that.
It would be torture. So there's that. So that's why I use Devastation for that, because you try to make sure nobody has any stability and they just keep on getting pinballed around.
That's amazing. If you had 5 revs doing that, right, each strips double stability, even like an Armor of Earth, right, which is 10 stab.
Yeah.
You walk next to it, you'd instantly lose it and fall off again. Fall off the node.
Yeah.
Just by stacking tablet revs.
Yep.
You don't actually have to fight. You just...
I know, that's the idea of this build.
That's actually hilarious.
I've been doing 1v1s with this build earlier. It does not do very well against thieves, because thieves tend to dodge quite a bit, and you don't always land those knockbacks. But I was 1v1ing a few times, and it was fun, just because when you 1v1 with this build, it's no longer about trying to hit the other target and kill the other target. It's now about placing your tablet at your feet, running around, collecting all the fragments, trying not to die, and just healing up to full every 3 seconds or so, And
Listen, I really, really, really want you to try your best for the footage on this video to get 4 other revs on the same build and queue in
I think that's a terrible idea.
to a like hot show.
That is a terrible idea. I don't want to do that.
Take
but
that into the automated tournaments, dude. Later in the month. Come on.
Yeah, good idea.
Imagine if that was the winner of the first AT. People would decry the Guild Wars 2 scene. That would be hilarious.
I would feel bad about what has transpired if that's the case. Anyway, so master trait, I put Jade Wins. You could put Nefarious Momentum if you want to have your off legendary be Shiro. You could do Assassin's Presence if you want to give people some ferocity. But I do Jade Wins just because, if you get downed, you take out another 2 stacks of stability and stun people for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then finally I got Malicious Reprisal, because, people block a lot, so when you get blocked, the next time you do your thing, you won't be blocked. If you're not doing PvP-focused stuff, or maybe even if you are, you might do Retribution and put on, like, if you have that Nomad's gear with Melandru runes, you already have 25% condi and stun duration removal, or reduction. You could also...
as well, yeah.
Exactly. I've been running sweet bean buns as my food, which gives me condition duration 15% outgoing, which is pretty good. Not the 20% that usually people get, but 15% is pretty hot.
Oh, your problem here is trying to do damage with it, dude. It's a gimmick.
Oh, yes. It doesn't do that much damage, but it's not bad, honestly.
I guess if it's enough to pressure off insane glass cannons, then it is worth hybridizing to some extent. If it's enough to, like, get things off your back.
Yeah, but anyway, the sweet bean buns increase your DPS increase your condition duration by 15%, but also reduces incoming duration by 20%.
So it's worthwhile. You double dip in, basically. That's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. So that means 45%, well, that's not the actual calculation, but 25% off and then 20% off condition duration. And if you're running Retribution and you're running Rite of the Great Dwarf, at 50%, at health threshold 50%, the Rite of the Great Dwarf triggers, and that's another 50% condition duration reduced.
Okay.
So that's, I think any conditions put on you for that period of time is like down to 20% or something.
I'm so sorry, I can't get it out of my head running 5 of these in Conquest. Because listen to this,
we should try it on your stream one time.
The tablets themselves can't be DPS. So let's say you've got like a 3v3 going on. You have one rev on the node who's got constant knockbacks around him and crazy heals and little pickups constant because he's got 3 tablets constantly pulsing. The other 2 revs can be ages away. They don't even need. They can be totally line of sighted, well away from the node. Think about like Forest. Think about all the different places you can hide, miles away from the node.
Yeah.
So they're not even getting pressured. And so, and if anyone's like, oh well, I just won't go on the node. I'll just range the rev down. Then that's a lot of healing to compete with, and and one of the revs can just pop the reflect shield.
Yeah,
to stop projectiles even doing anything.
That's right.
That wouldn't stop all range damage, but it would stop some of it. So yeah. I think it's really interesting.
It'd be funny. So anyway, last but not least, you got the Retribution, like I said, but next you could also do Herald, just so that you could have that shield, which is a lot of extra healing.
Okay.
Very nice trait to have as a panic. You go to 25%, you heal back up quite a bit, lots of blocks. You also have the heal on command and the little healing thing that also does another 2,500 or so.
You know, this is interesting as well that they did this at the same patch as when they removed a lot of pulsing stability. Right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of a buff for your concept even more. Because people won't pulse the stability to counter it anymore.
Exactly.
Do you know if the trait procs first, by the way?
Which one?
So let's say you proc the Malik straight that's going to strip all of his stability stacks instantly. Does that proc before the damage and knockback tick? Or
I
after?
do not know that.
Like, for example, a thief that traits their steal to daze and to steal boons, it deliberately steals the boons before the daze applies so that you can really reliably interrupt with it. And I'm wondering if the tablet gets that same treatment.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I've not tested that, and I probably won't. That seems like a difficult thing to test.
No, it's not hard. You just gotta,
Okay, you want to go to PvP and try it?
Yeah. Let's try it. Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
All right.
There you go. That's one step.
If that's the case,
Charging the laser.
yeah, that's stupid. That's really stupid. So anyway, there you go. That's the stupid build.
What is no? What? No, that's not it, is it? There's more to talk about, isn't there?
I don't know. Not really. Not really.
Oh, really? Okay, so wait, what was our last point though?
It was that we've just discovered that if someone has one stack of stability, the Devastation, the skills that disable foes, remove an additional stack of stability, seems to not
count as a double CC, right?
As a double CC, it just removes 2 stacks of stability if someone has more than 1 stack of stability. So if you have 1 stack of stability, you don't actually connect with your knockback.
Yeah, that sucks. It should do it the other way around. It should be like the
remove
bonus
the stack of stability first, and then do the
and then do the original effect afterwards.
Yeah,
that really sucks. And it's such a shame because if you design a trait like that, surely you'd think of that as being. But yeah, I'm still excited about the idea of lots of those in a conquest match.
Yeah, like still run the remove boon because that just removes all the stacks of stability. If it hits the stability, also like might as well think more about running Herald or Retribution as your 3rd trait line. That way you could have the shield if you run Herald, which is very strong, or you could do the condition and damage reduction with the Retribution.
Well, so can I say maybe why it's bad?
Oh my god! Please.
Alright, well, I think actually here's a pro to it.
Okay, wait a second, hold on a second. There's a pro to this build?
I actually think, off the top of my head, nothing in the game can do such a big knockback as consistently as that.
What about,
and renewably as that. Like, you got Drink Elixir X and
what about
Tornado.
Turrets?
Yeah, but turrets will get blown up and knock someone back, but once you're out of the turrets, you're out of the turrets, and then you've got cooldowns to contend with. This Rev can pick a point, and forever, every, 2 seconds?
Every, 3-4 seconds, yeah.
Knockback. Yeah, no one else actually gets that close in the entire game. Also, what's the actual radius? Is it 480, is it?
450 for the knockback, but the radius is only 240.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, the turrets are slightly bigger as a knockback, but still, like, I think that it does that better than anyone else over long periods. It's just that there's nowhere in the game that really calls for it, I guess, at the moment.
Yep.
But why it's bad is, well, just aside from that, what does it do that other people don't do better?
Nothing.
Probably nothing
anywhere
else.
Maybe heal. It's pretty good at healing.
No, but it's nowhere near as good as other healing options, obviously. And
well,
if you
I mean, as a Ventari Revenant, you
like
heal.
if I'm gonna be a Ventari Revenant healing, I'm not gonna spam the elite. I'm gonna spam the 7.
Right, but you have that option now anyway.
Okay, but still, that doesn't mean it's the best, does it? Really?
No.
I mean, it's kind of in the build. I mean, it's mostly just a Healy Revy kind of Ventari
it's apothecary, so it's main healing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got all the drawbacks of a Revenant healer.
Yeah.
And when you're comparing healers for healers, obviously in a world with Grace of the Land, it's very hard for other people to look in edgewise. I don't know, dude. Maybe you'll find a world where it can really flourish because it does do at least one little thing good. But right now in the game, it is very much... I think this is a really good bad build because it's bad, but it's an interesting idea, right? And it's got soul to it, and those are my favorite bad builds.
Yeah,
because they're like inspirational in some respects. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's the be all and end all.
Oh,
really.
It is not the be all and end all. It is maybe not even the B.
Wait, is what? I missed. What did you say there? It's not even the V.
The B.
Oh, it's not even the B in the be all and end all. Oh, I see. Yes, it's not even the B in the be all and end all. But yeah, I think yeah.
But it does put the B. It does put the B in the second B of Boots Bad Builds.
That's a beautiful. I always think of this build when I hear Boots Bad Builds now. It deserves that spot. Probably one of the worst ones you've made.
I think it might be the worst one I ever made.
No, it's probably not the worst one.
It's possible the first one I ever made was the worst one.
At least
it was
there's something.
Sort of milquetoast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I think yeah, it was an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, a little thought experiment. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you.
I'm looking forward to your next invention, your next concoction. We're clearly at the end of our tether here into our new elite specialization.
Maybe. I really want to do something with powerful synergy. The only problem is I can't really do it alone. I need people.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.